Good morning, everybody. This is Lincoln Kenobi, and today we have got a treat for you guys. This came out yesterday, and this is about what happened with Gina Carano's case right now, trying to sue Disney Lucasfilm of what they did to her. Especially when she did her own opinion of what was going on with our country. How it was treated, and you know this lawsuit is still going, man. It is going strong. Gina is going in there strong. The judge has denied the dismissal of Disney's case, so it is still going active. It is still going live. Now, we've had a few people that talked about it. I know we had Ryan Kennel from the RK Outpost and Jay from Drunk Reapio. He talked about it, so I'm shouting out to them, bro, and I still shout out to Gina Carano, bro. So let's get into a dive of this. All right. Breaking. Disney's motion to dismiss Gina Carano lawsuit has been denied. In court documents obtained by that Park Place in U.S. District Judge Sherilyn Peace Garnett has denied the request by the Walt Disney Company to dismiss Gina Carano's lawsuit, with Gina and her lawyers against the Walt Disney Company and Lucasfilm attempt to dismiss her case. According to Judge Garnett, Disney, Lucasfilm, and Huckleberry have failed to set forth an impenetrable defense under the First Amendment. The court denies defendant's motion. Carano filed her lawsuit against Walt Disney Company back in February, the suit detailing it is a civil action arising from defendant's wrongful termination of Carano's employment in retaliation for Carano's lawful exercise of her right to speak and express her views. Specifically, defendants under the regime of former Disney CEO Bob Chapek fired Carano because of her posts on various social media platforms, including X. Carano composed and published the post while she was off duty and away from the workplace. The suit also alleged defendants terminated Carano's employment and took other retaliatory actions to limit and deny her future employment opportunities, including but not limited to making malicious false statements about Carano with the intention of damaging her reputation and thus her ability to find and retain work. It is also stated defendants treated Carano differently than her similarly situated male co-workers who likewise expressed their personal political views on social media, but upon information and belief were not consulted or disciplined, let alone terminated. Exactly. There were other people that made their own political opinion of it, and it was brutal, more brutal than Gina Carano's, and nothing happened to them. Pedro Pascal was one of them. So why weren't they questioned? It was only her, but not them. And they say, and Kathleen Kennedy said the force is female, so I thought that they would protect Gina, but of course they didn't. So it's just wrong for what they did to her. The lawsuit specifically accused the Walt Disney Company and Lucasfilm on wrongful discharge and refusal to hire, and sex discrimination. Carano is asking for preliminary and permanent injunctive relief requiring defendants to reinstate Carano to her prior position with no loss of pay or benefits, a judgment declaring that defendants' termination of Carano's employment was unlawful and in violation of California law. Compensatory damages, including but not limited to loss of pay from the date of termination to the date of reinstatement, in an amount to be determined at trial but exceeding $75,000. Compensatory damages for loss of future employment, including but not limited to the promised role in Rangers of the New Republic, in the amount of to be determined at trial. Emotional distress damages in an amount to be determined at trial. Punitive damages in an amount to be determined at trial. Why the hell did they write that? It's like they wrote it twice. Yeah. Reasonable attorneys' fees and costs, and such other and further relief as the court may deem just and proper. The grounds and that Disney has constitutional right not to associate its artistic expression with Carano's speech such that the First Amendment provides a complete defense to Carano's claims. Later in their motion, the company's lawyers argued Carano's claims are all barred by the First Amendment, as the Supreme Court held in Hurley v. Irish American Gay, Lesbian, and Bisexual Group of Boston. The First Amendment embodies a core principle of speaker's autonomy that bars the state from dictating to expensive enterprises that what to say, how to say it, and whom to say it through. Disney continued. As the court further held in Boy Scouts of America v. Dale, 530 U.S. 640, that principle means that a state cannot force an employer engaged in speech to speak through an employee whose own views or public profile could compromise the employer's own message, even if the employee does not express her views on the job, which she didn't. Disney's motion added, the coup de grace came in February 2021 when Carano admittedly reposted on Instagram a post comparing criticism of political conservative viewpoints to the Holocaust in Nazi Germany. It adds Carano's decision to publicly trivialize the Holocaust by comparing criticism of political conservatives to the annihilation of millions of Jewish people, notably not thousands, was the final straw for Disney. As Carano alleges, Lucasfilm that same day denounced her statement and observed that it had no plans to employ her in the future. The motion later said Disney had enough. The same day, Carano grotesquely trivialized the Holocaust as comparable to sharp political disagreements. Lucasfilm announced that Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm and there are no plans for her to be in the future. Nevertheless, her social media posts just denigrating people based on their cultural and religious identities are abhorrent and unacceptable. On June 12, Carano, her lawyers and lawyers representing the Walt Disney Company appeared before the U.S. District Judge Sherilyn Peace Garnett, and according to a report from The Hollywood Reporter, Judge Garnett was unconvinced by Disney's arguments. I'm not convinced there are no disputed facts. The outlet also reported that Judge Garnett appeared to favor an argument for Carano's lawyer, Gene Schreier, argued. Disney's First Amendment defense cannot allow it to short circuit the normal legislation process. According to Hollywood Reporter, Judge Garnett reacted to this argument stating, I don't necessarily disagree with you. The Hollywood Reporter Winston Shaw even noted, a federal judge has signaled that Gina Carano's lawsuit against Disney and Lucasfilm over the termination from The Mandalorian will be allowed to proceed as the court considers whether the First Amendment allows private companies to sever ties with employees who publicly clash with their values. Carano shared her thoughts after leaving the courtroom onto X in the beautiful halls of the court to Los Angeles. I was quite amazed at its splendor. I half expected to see Tom Cruise coming sailing down the center like in the Mission Impossible movies. Having just left court, the judge said she would issue a ruling in the near future. She added, this case is important beyond just me. Disney should not have carte blanche authority to fire any actor just because Disney agrees with something they say outside of work. No actor would be free to have a voice if that were true. I look forward to this case moving forward and proving Disney's blatant discriminatory actions. Again, thank you for this support always. Man, good for Gina, bro. Good for Gina. I mean, this is the problem, dude. All these actors, they, like this, despite who I hate, they have their amendment right. They have the right to speak what they want to say, bro. They got their rights. So, and plus, Gina Carano was outside of her job saying this. She didn't say it inside the job. She was saying it outside of her work. So they should have never even fired her in the first place. So Disney screwed up, man. They screwed up bad. And that's why a lot of people in the Disney Plus, they lost a lot of subscribers because of this. First Amendment lawyer Ron Coleman shared his analysis of the report in an appearance on a financial analysis Valiant Renegades YouTube channel. He stated, "The position Disney is taking right now, and is what is probably offensive to this judge, as it should be, is, do you own her? By virtue of having a job in one of your comic book movies, is this woman now your property such that she can't express an opinion on any matter that you disagree with for us, for as long as she's employed by you? That's a very different proposition." See, exactly. It's like they would own her, and they can't. He later said, "She's probably going to say there probably should be some discovery to find out is that really why you fired. Do you really believe there really some data that you relied on in making this significant, not earth-shattering, but significant creative and business decision to fire her, which said that her continued employment would turn off audiences? Or are you rationalizing that because what the emails and the text that the Slack discussion will show is that you said this right-wing bitch has got to go?" Exactly. Coleman then asserted that Judge Garnett wants to hear more. "I don't see how you come out of that hearing as Disney's lawyer with a great deal of optimism. The judge wants to hear more, and she wants to see some discovery. It's really, really important to understand that if she denies the motion to dismiss, it's not a ruling of the merits. It may very well be that Disney acted within its rights in firing her. They may very well be based on a sober discussion of what they perceived their audiences to be, or even a drunken, irrational discussion. But that was really based on audience expectation and sensibility. But as I said, if they find that smoking gun that suggests that it was punishment for her not being on board with the woke agenda, that is so baked into Disney and as into its institution may very well make a big difference." Yeah, I mean, this will show proof that Disney is all in this woke agenda. And that's what has been going on right now. Disney is putting themselves in a big, tight situation right now. If they would have never gone political or any of this nonsense, bro, this would not happen to Disney. Disney needs to change. They need to change, man. Disney's got to change. If they want to make money, they got to end this woke nonsense. They have to end it. All this woke, DI, ideology, all this nonsense. It has to end. If they don't end it, people like Gina, it will happen. People will start going and retaliate against this, bro. And it has begun ever since Gina Carano got fired. And it will backfire on them. Sooner or later it will, but time will tell when. When will Disney change? Who knows? Will they quit doing it? Or will they keep going? We will see. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So if you like the video, hit the like button. Share this video. Post a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are about this case with Gina Carano. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button for me. Alright guys, catch you guys later. Bye for now.